Hey, you're listening to Coffee Talk with Liquidshano 1973. Here's your host, Shane Lakita.
Hey folks, it's me again, and here we are after another holiday season has come to a close outside of what the New Year's is going to be coming really soon. But I'm reaching out to each one of you because today is the 25th of December for me. I'm doing it in the evening here after I spent a great day with my family, with my friends, all kinds of good situations going on and good gift giving and all the great stuff, just filling my heart with lots of soul food. It was a really great day today. So cooked some good meals, ate fairly mindfully, and had a really good day today. So here we are. It's Christmas. Now we're past the big holiday. And we got between the 25th all the way up until about the 1st of the year here to be able to still battle through some of the Christmas parties or holiday parties or year-end parties or treats that people bring in and all that good stuff. We all know what happens. It's all coming. So just be ready and be able and willing to be able to fight against it as it comes your way if you are looking to stay focused and not have to just wait till the new year to start off on your New Year's resolutions or New Year's promises or whatever you try to call them. So that's kind of what the theme of this whole entire podcast is going to be about, is around what your New Year's is going to look like. I'm going to start a new little, almost like a little series that we're going to do here, okay? And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going through a list of probably around 15 to 20 people throughout the next 15 to 20 podcasts. And I'm going to go through a list of people that inspire me. People that could be extremely famous, people that could be just personally my own folks that I look up to or look towards for focus and direction and inspiration. It could be anybody. So what I want to do is I want to be able to dig in with some of these folks that I feel and I find super inspiring for them to be successful, achieve their dreams, achieve great things despite all odds and those kind of things. You'll have some stories of personal fortitude and ability to be able to dig deep, whether you're faced with physical disabilities, whether you are forced with things like mental disabilities, whether you are forced with life in general or really dire circumstances, whatever it is. It's inspirational to me. And I want to share the story because it might be good for you and where you can find some inspiration and motivation and some good things from it for you to be able to dig in, okay? So here's the first story that I wanted to share with you guys. So as we head into the new year, I want you to think about this, okay? I'm going to tell you the story of this person, and I want you to think if you can guess who this person is, okay? So this person is an author, all right? And in a train ride back in 1990 or so, this author was devising or looking up or investigating or thinking of a book that they wanted to release. They wanted to be able to put something together that was going to be able to grab their thoughts, put their thoughts on paper, something that's creative, something that's inspirational, something that's fun, something that's anything. And this is just a regular author, okay? So you got to think about this, and I want you to think to yourself and put yourself in the shoes of this person. 7 years long it took to write a book. Okay. During the 7 years, this person, their mother died during this time period. This person divorced and lived near poverty levels whenever they were going through it during the 7 years. Okay. When they released their book was rejected by 12 different publishers, 12 of them. Okay. So dire straits, right? Thinking to themselves that it's going to be something that your dream and your aspiration is something that you can't achieve because other people can't see your dream and your aspiration that you're looking to achieve, or the things that you have a vision of and you want to shoot for and fight for and build towards. But you're told no by others, including 12 different publishers that rejected the book. Okay? So you got to think about this. They're living near poverty levels and they're rejected 12 different times. And this person still persisted with their dreams to tell the world a story about something that they are passionate about. So throughout all of those 12 different publishers that have declined this person, throughout all of that different mental fortitude that they had to go through to keep striving and focusing and driving their dream that took them about 7 years to build, their dream that they didn't listen to the no's across the board from 12 different publishers, or living and not having the ability to be able to pay for food or anything, and still continually trying to drive and focus and never taking their mind off of anything, never taking their mind off of what their real true dream is. And now this person that you might be thinking of, and you might have an idea, but I just want you to think of it, okay? I want you, again, to put yourself in this person's shoes and think to yourself, if I was at poverty level and my only dream was to be an author, and my only dream was to be successful, and I was then declined by 12 different publishers, and I was then told, no, you're not good enough, or no, your content isn't what people want to hear, or no, it's never going to hit the market, or no, your book will never get to where it needs to be, where do you think you would go? I want you to think about that for a second, because I have thought about it a lot when I'm thinking of this author. And I'm thinking to myself, man, here I am trying to be able to go through podcasting, trying to be able to go through video casting, going through a Facebook page, trying to be able to monetize things and be able to move things forward to make this a living and all those things, and told by many people that you're crazy for trying to do this kind of stuff. You can never make money with it. You can never make a living off of what you're trying to do. And all of these things told over and over and over again. So I can relate to the story of this author that had a dream back in 1990, thought about it, put it together for 7 years, and thought to themselves, I can make it with this. This is something that is my dream and aspiration. And now I want you to turn forward the clocks after all of that time and hearing 12 different no's and told no from all these different people and all of these different publishing companies and editorials and all of this stuff. Never making it to where they needed to make it to. Never being able to pay their bills because they weren't making vast amounts of money. Now this person is a billionaire. They're an author of a book that became a fantastically original story that's now a household name with blockbuster movies, theme parks, and even has podcasts on the other end here that are themed towards this book. Can you guess who this person is? Because if you don't know, I can tell you. And the name of this person is J.K. Rowling. And J.K. Rowling came up with, of course, as many of you know, the Harry Potter series. Okay? And so if you think about it, when you were thinking back to yourself in your head, if you were this person and you were told no by 12 different people, and you were told, get away, go home, give something else a try, go, don't give up your day job. Keep fighting for whatever you got to fight for. Whatever, dude. Just go do what you got to do. And you were in those shoes when I asked you the question earlier, what would you do? How did you answer that? In a truthful way, how did you answer that? Because I'll tell you how I would have answered it. I would have answered it, yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and bow out. I'm passionate about it. I'm driven towards it. I'm focused, but I know the risks. And I know that I've got to make ends meet. And I've got to be able to pay the bills. And I've got to be able to push forward. And I've got to be able to at least hear some yeses every once in a while instead of 5,000 no's. And those no's can be so devastating. Across the board, all the things you're trying to do, all the things you're trying to accomplish, the things you're trying to fight for, all those things, when you hear enough no's, you start to believe that no is the answer. And for this author, J.K. Rowling, no wasn't the answer. No was just the next stepping stone for her to keep pushing forward and hear another no and keep living the way that she was living because she believed in what she was doing. She was focused on what she was doing. She had a plan. She had a goal. She had aspirations. She had everything that she was fighting for. Day in and day out, her mother passed. She's living in poverty. She's got all this stuff going on. And her story is that she persevered. Now, I want you to think about that word persevere, okay? Perseverance can come in many different forms. And one of the biggest forms of perseverance is mental fortitude and your ability to be able to overcome objections, overcome adversity, overcome noise, overcome anything that comes your way, anything. And if you have the ability to be able to do that and be able to push forward, you really truly can achieve whatever it is you set your mind to. Anything that you set your mind to. If you believe in it, you feel like you need to fight for it, And you need to keep pushing forward because you know this is what you want to do, or this is who you want to be, or this is what you want to become. If you want to be somebody that's a personal trainer, but you weigh 350 pounds and you don't feel like you can get there, but you believe in your heart of hearts that you can do it, and you set your mind to it, and you focus, and you keep working no matter what kind of stares you get, no matter what kind of looks you get, no matter what kind of feedback you get from your family, friends, and whoever else, no matter what kind of things that you get coming your way, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't, because you have a vision, you have a goal, you have aspirations, you have heart, you have mental fortitude to get there. Okay? If you're meant to do something, go and do it. Stop listening to the noise and the negatives and the naysayers and the objections and the downplayers and all that stuff. Stop listening to it. Why should you have to listen to 12 different people telling you no when you know that the answer could be yes? And the one time that you land that yes, you could be a billionaire. Now, I know that that's pie in the sky stuff, and I know we're probably not going to be billionaires. But at the end of the day, you got to think about this. As you're thinking about when we head into the new year here, and we're going into it with all of our eyes wide open, we're going to have high energy. There's going to be huge amounts of people at the gym. There's going to be focused people on being better with New Year's resolutions, like I'm going to eat healthier, I'm going to eat cleaner, I'm not going to drink as much, I'm going to go to the gym more often, I'm going to show my love and appreciation more, I'm going to volunteer more, I'm going to do all those things, right? We have a ton of those things coming up. But what you really need to do is take a look at what you're really passionate about and not just make those surface level resolutions or whatever you want to call them. I know that some people don't really like calling them resolutions, which I don't know why, but some people think that resolutions have an ending. And other people say if they're goals, then you can keep fighting for those goals and keep going for them. And some of them don't end. So you just got to keep on going and moving forward with these types of lifestyle decisions that you make. Okay, which I get. I totally understand that. But at the end of the day, what you need to do is you need to prioritize what you think is most important to you and what you are most passionate about, not what other people say. If you hear other people's resolutions, then you say, yeah, you know what? That's a good one for me. I need to lose some weight. Okay, great. If it's losing weight is what you really want to do and it's totally what you're passionate about, totally what you're driven towards, totally towards all those things, then great. Focus on that. But 9 times out of 10, when somebody says they want to lose weight, there's about 7 or 8 other things that they really want to accomplish in their lives, and things hold them back from getting there. But weight is just something that's superfluous, something that's surface level, something that is not necessarily as important as some of the things that are really passionate about, right? I mean, most of us that say we want to lose weight, are we really passionate about it? Maybe not. Maybe you are at this moment in time, and it's great, and you're all focused, and everything's all ready to go. But when you really think about it, what are you most passionate about? Are you passionate in art? Is it something that you love to do? Is it something you love to paint? Do you love to paint landscapes? Do you love to do whatever it is? And you know that you have a passion for it, and you know you have a knack for it, and you know you have a talent for it, but you never give yourself the benefit of the doubt to move it forward because you doubt yourself. And then you say to yourself, well, it really can't be that much importance because people have told me you really can't make a living doing that. Well, screw that. Screw that. Okay? Here I am talking into a microphone that I one day want to make into something that I can do for a living. But I know I'm making $0, right? Zero. And I know that this isn't going to pay the bills right now. And I know I've been told by people, so what are you going to do moving forward? Like, is this what you want to do? Because if it is, there's no money in that unless you're a big hit star or you're, a top performer or whatever else. And I know that. And I know that's the risk. But I know I'm passionate about this. And I know that when I'm talking to you guys in the microphone here and I get the feedback from all of you coming back to me to tell me I've inspired you, I've motivated you, I've moved you forward, I've gotten you out of a rut, I've picked you up when you're down, those kind of things matter more to me than anything else that I'm doing. My regular career, anything else that I'm doing doesn't even matter comparatively to how much of an impact I can make with this microphone and with me talking to you, all of you, every day. So that's my passion. So I know I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'm going to go down the roads of starting newsletters. I'm going to go down the road of setting up a Patreon to be able to see if anybody wants to be able to donate towards the podcast. I'm going to move down the road of even doing some sponsorships and things like that to try to continue to push forward to eventually try to make this my living. And I'm not going to take no for an answer. All these people that doubt me, I'm not going to take no for an answer. And neither should you. Whatever you're passionate about, whatever you're focused on, whatever your dreams are, Stop having people tell you no. And then also stop doubting yourself. I had a conversation today. We were sitting down, it was Christmas, and we were going through some of our Christmas gifts, and we were going through different stuff. And my mother-in-law was there, and she had made some homemade gifts, and she's great. She makes some great stuff, put some stuff together, really beautiful little items, like some watch cases and some hanging boards and things like that. And she had said to me, she goes, something to the effect of that they weren't perfect enough. They didn't meet her standards. She didn't get them to where she wanted to get them. And I looked at her and I said, you know what? You need to stop doubting yourself because you did great. You did great things. You made personal gifts for Christmas that have more meaning than anything else. Like if you buy a pair of AirPods or you go buy a phone or whatever else, those things don't matter. It's the personal things that you did with all these personal touches that you painted and you lacquered and you carved and you whittled and you cut, all those things to be able to put together for somebody else. Stop selling yourself short and know that you do amazing things. You also need to tell yourself that too. Because how many times have you been going for whatever you might think is a dream or whatever you might think is an aspiration of something you want to accomplish in life, and then you sell yourself short because human nature kicks in, your friends kick in, all of the the little devil side on the left-hand side and the angel side on the right-hand side, and the devil side telling you, what are you doing that for? That's a dumb decision. You shouldn't be doing that. Don't do that. Moving forward, don't make stupid decisions. Make sound decisions. Make safe decisions, all that stuff. Sometimes safe decisions don't work. Sometimes they are helpful, but sometimes they don't work. Sometimes they don't get you to where you need to be in your life. Whatever your life calling may be, you got to go for it. You have to push forward to going for it. So as I opened with J.K. Rowling, think about it. 12 publishers. You know how much money that probably cost to be able to try to write the book, put it all together, all in one big, binder folded together to be able to bring to these publishers, these big publishers that she'd love to be able to roll with this little story of a kid who's a wizard of the whole Harry Potter franchise. Walking into these publishers being able to say, hey, here's my product, can you check it out? And they laugh in her face and say, see you later. And then she can't pay the bills and she can't do the things she needs to. Perseverance, heart, and passion stand out to me in this story more than any other right here. And we're not talking about stuff that, maybe you lost some limbs or maybe you have some really detrimental things happen to you. But the mental side of everything, when you're told no by major publishers about a dream that you have and a thing that you want to keep fighting for, and now you can sit at the apex of it all and know that you're a billionaire based on the franchise that you've created, based on the book that you wrote back then. Think about that and how many children's lives you've impacted and how many adult lives you've impacted and how many people love going to the Harry Potter franchises and all the different franchises that are coming out from the Harry Potter series. This is a woman that had a vision. She had a goal, she had aspirations and heart, and she fought for what she believed. And she kept fighting. She got knocked down, right? I guarantee you she was sitting on the mat a couple times, right about the 9 count going, geez, man, this just sucks. I can't do this anymore. I can't fight for this anymore because it's not worth it. Why is it worth it for me to hear no again and be punched in the face or the belly or the gut again? I shouldn't have to deal with that. Well, sometimes those moments are what make us great. Those moments are what make us step up and be able to take a look at the whole dynamic of what we got going on in our lives, whatever's tossed our way. We can fight through it. We can battle through anything. These are just no's that she was hearing, but they were pretty detrimental. But if you're hearing no's from people, or you're hearing doubts from people, you got to step up, rise above. That's what you have to do. Focus on what's really super important to you and focus on that goal and don't take no for an answer. Keep fighting for it. We're heading into the new year. A fresh slate, right? If you want to treat it that way, it really shouldn't be any other different than any other day. As we always say, if December 25th is Christmas, great, but it's still a Tuesday of the middle of the week, and we're treating it like we can eat like crazy and keep moving forward because it's just it's a special day. When any other day of the week should be treated that way too. But here's the new year, okay? If this is what you need to be the catalyst to be able to push you forward to achieve the dreams that you're really trying to be able to achieve, then use it. Do everything you can to be able to fight for that. You deserve it. I deserve it. You deserve it. We all deserve it. Every one of us deserves to achieve all the goals and aspirations we're really trying to fight for. All of us, every single one of us deserve it. You do too. So remember that. As you're writing down those New Year's resolutions or New Year's promises or New Year's goals, like I said, whatever you're calling them, make sure you prioritize it down to, what am I really passionate about? Is it going to be the fact that I really want to be a volunteer? Then put 2 foot forward and jump off that cliff and go for that whole volunteering aspect with it's nobody else's business, right? Fight like hell to be the best volunteer you know of. Or if it's you want to be able to be a fitness trainer, okay, great. And you want, wherever you're sitting right now, at the weight that you're sitting at or the strength that you're at, make that your goal. If that's what you're passionate about, that's what you really want to fight for, go for it. If you're a medical student, you want to be a nurse or a doctor, fight like hell getting there. Be the best version that you can be, and don't let anybody tell you no. No one can tell you no, because the only person that can prove them wrong or prove them right when they tell you no is you. Because pretty much they're all wrong. If they're telling you no and they're telling you can't do something, they're wrong. I promise you that. Because you have the ability to do whatever you set your mind to. You just have to go out and do it. Okay? So as you're sitting down, you're writing these things down, remember those things. Happy New Year to everybody. I know we're going to be coming up on it. I don't know if I'm going to get another podcast out before then, but this is the Christmas episode, sort of the Christmas episode in between Christmas and New Year. But if I don't get one out before New Year's, be safe this New Year's Eve. Go out, have some fun. Set those resolutions, set those goals, and let's really kick 2019's ass like it's nobody's business, all right? We'll talk later. Thanks.
Thanks for listening to the Coffee Talk with Liquidshano 1973 podcast. You can also follow him on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Liquidshano 1973. Also, if you get a chance, leave some love on iTunes. Have a great day.